All right, everybody. Jordan B. Peterson was briefly locked out of his YouTube and Gmail accounts earlier. He posted this on Twitter. Now, YouTube, I'm assuming, did not... It's just like the Mark Dice situation all over again with his CNN parody that got, put to private so nobody could view it. And then he raised the issue and then it was restored. His account has been restored to full functionality, but what kind of automated system is Google now implementing that's causing this to happen? Because Jordan, it can't be political. Jordan Peterson is left-leaning. He has nothing to do with like the alt-right or a bunch of total nativists or anything. He's a friggin' modern-day philosopher. He's an academic. You watch his videos, it's very dry, very intellectual. Not like he's not like swearing like a drunken sailor even, which is allowed on YouTube. Just gets your stuff set to 18+. He's not even doing that. All he does is talk about intellectual topics and Patreon. That's all he does. He talks about like Bible history bullshit and stuff like that. And they're depriving him of his account. Then he asked to reinstate it. Apparently, according to the images he's putting on Twitter, they say, no, your account can't be reinstated, and then they reinstate it anyway. I have to assume that this is one of two things. Either some third party complained, probably a mass flagging raid or something like that, and so YouTube automatically, because of the number of flags, decided to temporarily lock it or something, and then I guess their assumption is if the person raises a fuss about it and has enough fans and they start getting a bunch of people contacting them and talking about it, all of a sudden they'll reverse the decision. Otherwise, they just say, screw this user or something. Or it was something automated was somehow triggered, like a glitch in the system or something like that. And it is possible. YouTube needs to start addressing this because this isn't the first time that it's happened. Yeah, Patreon has similar problems right now with the Lauren Southern stuff. They're still trying to scrape things together. I'll be addressing that, by the way, myself. Because I think now 8 or 9 people have messaged me on 3 different platforms asking me about the situation. Yes, I'll address it. Begrudgingly, because I'm like, well, I use the service and haven't had a problem, but I think it'd be a good idea at this point to address the situation. So I stand by Jordan Peterson. Again, you look at his content. That stuff is tamer than a lot of gaming videos and makeup tutorials on YouTube. I'm sorry, but it's not edgy. It's like walking into a history class. That's what you get on Jordan Peterson's channel. The fact that he happens to be a fundraising juggernaut apparently pissed somebody off at some point. They either mass flagged him or YouTube. I know they're rolling out like this new weird site design, which, by the way, I'm not opting into until they make it mandatory, which they eventually will, and it starts to look like Windows 10 online or something. I'm going to keep using the classic, aka more functional look. Although it didn't look that bad. It's not Cosmic Panda, so I'm not that worried about it. But, I'm just used to the feel of YouTube as it is. If Jordan Peterson can face some sort of automated system glitch, or mass flagging almost took his stuff down and it was, temporarily locked because of that. If he can have that problem, literally anybody can. You should be concerned about this. Small creator, large creator, doesn't matter. Left or right apparently doesn't matter. Political or apolitical doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter anymore. Something somewhere what got screwed up in this case, and he got temporarily locked out of his account. And I'll tell you, there are a million channels, major channels on YouTube, that are more edgy than Jordan Peterson. The fact that he happens to be well regarded in an intellectual sense on a few token issues doesn't make him some hyper-nationalist or something like that. This is dumb. YouTube, can you please start coordinating with people? At the very least, my request would be this. Anyone who is verified and who has been around for a significant length of time should be automatically given the benefit of the doubt, regardless of what somebody else's complaint is. And there should be an overriding bit of code in YouTube, too, that gives them the benefit of the doubt. If there's a flagging campaign, which gets, people often do that for political reasons, religious reasons, just for the lulz, whatever it happens to be. This is Jordan Peterson we're talking about. He's not far out there. Now, I can't believe that somebody would have targeted him for his political views. That leads me to believe there's a better chance that this was some really, really problematic glitch. And that YouTube is like, while they're going through and modifying the site, doing all this stuff, that there are going to be some more glitches over time. It's like the Mark Dice video that got set to private several weeks ago. I am guaranteeing you that nobody at YouTube made that decision. It was either some other group like CNN maybe complained, or it was a glitch. And like YouTube for so long was improving steadily away from being glitchy. Like, you know, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, constant buffering and pages randomly unavailable all the time, and problems with view counts, problems with likes, and not just like, oh, the view count freezes temporarily while it checks through to make sure you're not botting or something. I mean, like real glitchy problems. That's like the past of YouTube. People were happy because that was the past. Now they're bringing back like they delete subscribers randomly, and they say that it's to defeat botting, but they really haven't explained how they're going through and doing this. I have people complain almost daily now that they were unsubscribed to my channel despite being regularly active on my content. Totally different issue. They're not botting anything. They're not bots. They're real people who subscribe to my material. And after like a few days or a week or a month or something, they get kicked off. Then we have this stuff to go through. YouTube needs to be more stable. Otherwise, a lot of people won't use the platform as much. You know, for somebody like myself who's totally addicted to YouTube, yeah, I'm going to use it anyway, glitches or not. I don't care. But when this sort of thing happens, it causes a shock value too. What happens is that perception is greater than reality. And I've been saying this consistently now. The perception among his fans will be he was probably targeted by a raid, or some staffer at YouTube decided, hey, I'm going to quit my job today. I'm going to take down one of these bigger channels and just lock it down before I leave. This will be funny. Maybe it'll get in the news or something, as people will talk about it. Something like that maybe happen. It needs to be, it's a problem. It needs to be addressed quite obviously, because people are like, well, what the hell happened? They're telling him, oh, we can't reinstate. He sends in the reinstate account request. They deny it, and they reinstate it anyway. What's going on here? Doesn't make any sense. That's about all. Peace out.